Welcome back to The Last Word. My name is Justice Malala, and my guest is the leader of the Good Party, Patricia de Lille. Patricia de Lille, thanks so much for joining me. Welcome to the show. Let me start with a quick question. You were the person who blew open the arms deal case back 20 years ago. Today, former President Jacob Zuma's application for the prosecutor to be dismissed was thrown out of court. What are your thoughts on that and where the corruption issue, the arms deal corruption issue is now after all these years?
You know, Justice, the arms deal corruption was really a litmus test for our country. If we've responded in a way as a country to say that corruption is unacceptable, we would have not been in the mess that we are today. It was on the 9th of September 1999 that I blew the whistle on the arms deal. Since that time, I became the victim as a whistleblower. And we are now seeing postponement, appeal after appeal. And really, South Africans are giving up hope that, we'll ever get to the bottom of the arms deal. Some of the witnesses have passed on. Some of the witnesses have decided not to participate in the trial anymore. I'm very happy with the outcome today, that Advocate Billy Downer can remain as the prosecutor in the case, but it's a disgrace. We are really showing that corruption is fine. Corruption steals from the poor. And that's why we have to deal with corruption, irrespective who it is in our country.
Should we give up on ever finding the truth about what really happened with the arms deal?
Never. We should never give up. We know the truth. The only thing now is that the court must test the truth. Already Shabir Sheikh was found guilty on all the charges. He attempted to go to the Supreme Court of Appeal, he lost. He went to the Constitutional Court and he lost. And so that is why you see the strategy is now to delay the case, because there is no legal precedent that could lead to a favorable outcome for the former president.
Patricia de Lille, you formed a new party, Good, and you ran in the 2019 elections. You got 70,000 votes. Can you expect much more than that in this election?
Well, Justice, you know what? I've been around the block for many years. I fought for this democracy. Many people died for this democracy. And one of the key issues is that what we have incorporated in our constitution is the issue of choice. Before we were allowed to vote before 1994, you really had a choice between the National Party and the DA at the time. Now, today, the choice is broader because there's a contestation of ideas when it comes to elections. And we must respect that choice. We can't go back to the apartheid years where we want to tell people where to vote and how to vote. It is so ridiculous that we don't respect our own constitution. So yes, we do expect to increase our votes. We are starting from a zero baseline. We have one ward in local government in George because we were testing our systems at the time. But I think we must allow South Africans to have their choice. And no political party, whoever they are, must campaign on the basis to tell people who to vote for. That is arrogance of the highest standard. That is the kind of arrogance that you saw during the apartheid days. Go vote.
Are you likening the ANC? Are you likening the ANC to an apartheid party? Is it the ANC? Who are you talking about when you say a party that says people should vote for it as if it's a God-given right, as it were?
No, I'm talking about the blue liars because they are lying to South Africa. I'm talking about the DA. They must stop lying to South Africa. They've got a duty, if they are claiming to be constitutionalists, to promote the constitution and to promote choice. but to have the arrogance to tell people who not to vote for. But the hypocrisy, Justice, is that if you look at this front page of the Sunday Times this past week, you will see that the leader says they are prepared to work with the ANC. So it's fine for the DA to work with the ANC, but it's not fine for any other party to work with the ANC. That's the hypocrisy I'm talking about.
Let's talk about coalitions then. You sit in cabinet in the cabinet of Cyril Ramaphosa as a member of as a good as the leader of good. Are you, if the chance comes up, willing to go into coalition with the ANC in the city of Cape Town, for example?
Justice, you have been a journalist in the country of high standing for many years. You were there when Tata Madiba started to implement the preamble of the Constitution, where he was trying to build an inclusive society. And he started off by bringing members of the opposition parties into his cabinet. Started with the IFP and Mr. Liebenberg, and then Azapu, the Freedom Front Plus, the National Freedom Party, our late sister. So this is nothing new in our country, but it doesn't mean that those parties have disappeared into the ANC. It is what Nelson Mandela started in 1994.
But you will agree with me that most parties that have done what you have done with going into a cabinet of the ANC, the NFP, the IFP, have seen a decline. They've basically almost been swallowed up.
No, any political party, you've got your ups and you've got your downs. You can see even the IFP is coming back. The NFP just had a mishap because they were not able to register in time for the 2011 votes. But the problem is Justice. What I've got against this arrogance is that no person or no voter in our country must ever give their vote away to any political party.
Can I then ask you one quick question? Everyone, after you retweeted my tweet that you're coming on the show, everyone said, ask Patricia de Lille if she's prepared to own the fact that a fence was built for 40 million rand that looks like a washing line in Bushbuck. Are you prepared to own with this cabinet of the ANC that kind of scandal that you were referring to, for example, earlier on?
Oh, definitely. It's a big scandal, and it's a lot of corruption there. What I am proud of, Justice, and I can give you the date, on the 25th of April 2020, I stopped any further payments to the company. I also, at the time, approached the Auditor General to investigate. Thereafter, I activated the anti-corruption unit within the Department of Public Works and Infrastructure to also investigate. So at that time, the contract was worth 40 million. We have paid about 20 million rand at the time. I stopped it. It is now before the SIU tribunal, where those contracts were declared null and void because of my interaction and my stopping the payments. And now the taxpayer will be able to get their monies back.
Patricia de Lille, you have 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Tell me why, if I live in the city of Cape Town, for example, I should vote for good.
We are participating in 5 provinces. Why you should vote for good? The people are sick and tired of the old parties. Lend your vote to us just for 5 years. And if we don't perform within 5 years, you vote us out, but never give your vote away to any political party.
Patricia de Lille, the leader of the Good Party, thanks so much for your time, and I look forward to engaging with you again. We go straight into our comment of the day. There's a sickness in our land. It is a sickness that gets worse with every election, and it is a sickness we need to stop urgently, or else we will descend into anarchy. It is the sickness of politicians killing each other in fights over political positions and the money those positions bring in. It is a sickness that started in KwaZulu-Natal and has now spread to Mpumalanga, Gauteng, Northwest, and elsewhere. Today, we learned that a National Freedom Party candidate was shot and burnt beyond recognition in his car in Nongoma, KwaZulu-Natal, on Monday night. The NFP's Kenan Mdletshe said the family of Ward 17 candidate Dumsani Kwabe identified his car, which was found burning on the road between Pongola and Nongoma. This comes just days after the killing of an EFF candidate, Michael Tulani Shangase, in Pietermaritzburg. 3 days earlier, a eThekwini councillor candidate, Siyabonga Mkhize, was shot dead outside of Durban. The list continues. Just weeks ago, we were talking about the killing of ANC Tshwane councillor candidate Tshepo Motaung. This is a serious matter. The eThekwini Mayor Mxolisi Kaunda said this week that in the last few months, the municipality had spent 70 million rand to provide bodyguards to councillors who are under threat. It is also nothing new. Remember the popular former ANC Youth League leader, Sindiso Magaqa? In 2017, he was murdered for speaking about killings and corruption in his local council. The killings used to affect mainly ANC and IFP candidates. Now every party is facing this danger. It needs to stop. Minister of Police, Bheki Cele, needs to act proactively and not wait for someone to die. We already fear violence might break out during these elections. Now this, stop the killings. Urgently, the only way to stop it is to ensure that people no longer see political office as the path to wealth. In the meantime, the killings must stop. And with that, we come to the end of our show. Thanks so much, and join us tomorrow again for a look at the elections. My name is Justice Malala. This is The Last Word.